Hello there. Here's another video again about an automated tool that I have built in Excel. This is being used by a big company to generate their monthly service reports. In this video, I removed all information that can be confidential for the company. Okay, so nothing confidential is shared in this video. So this automated tool extracts data from 5 separate workbooks and put those data into a single template. So right in your screen are the 5 workbooks, excluding the sample output. So this first workbook is the maintenance workbook, right? So under this October sheet, we have also the month in here. It's October. We have several fields. The first is the contract number, which is 3071 for Brisbane. We have the street addresses, the equipment types. So this the service report being generated is used by technicians to service air conditioning equipment. That is why this system type in here has something to do with air conditions. And we have the quantity installed, equipment number, service frequency, work order number, and a job number. So we will create a report for each of these rows. So every month, the company is generating thousands of reports. So for Brisbane, there are over 100. Yeah, actually, it has 200 reports to be generated. So the actual environment, there are 200 rows that has data in here. But for this video, I removed all other rows just to show you only seven rows. Okay, so we have this equipment number. Okay, so this equipment number is, we call it as a system number. So under a system, there are it's like a set of equipments, and that set is identified by a system number. So in that set, for the system number, there are 5 installed equipments under it. Okay, and every row in here has its unique job number and has its unique work order number. It also has its unique equipment number. Okay, so the next workbook is the master asset workbook. Okay, this is a huge file. All right, so for Brisbane, there are over 6,000 equipments that the company maintains, but I have hidden all those rows and only showing you 11. All right, and I've also deleted those information on these cells just to show you the columns that we need. Right, so this gray row in here is a system row. So this is a system number identified by this equipment class. So under a system, there are plants under it. So under the system, there is only one equipment installed under it. So under the system, there are 5 equipments installed. Okay, so if we go here and get this equipment number, it is 1698. And we look in here, it is this one. Okay, so under this equipment, there are 5 equipments installed under it. That is why there is a 5 quantity that is listed in here. Okay, and this system has a system type of AC room or split ducted, and this is a system type is associated to TSW 0010. That is the TSW. This is a specification number. So the next workbook is the TSW Workbook. So this is the TSW, or the Scope of Works for Brisbane. So if you remember here, there are TSWs that is assigned to this system type. So for this one, the TSW is 10, and for the non-docted, it is TSW 124. So if we go to the TSW workbook, each sheet of this workbook is the TSW number. So the sheet name is the TSW number. So if we go to TSW 10, this is the one that is docted. So yeah, that is air conditioning unit, single and split docted. 124 is non-docted. That is this one. Alright, so going back to this W10, let's go here. So these are the steps to be carried out by the technicians to service the equipment. So we have here the frequencies, the service frequencies. So M denotes monthly, 3M is 3 monthly, 4M is 4 monthly, and 6M is 6 monthly or semi-annually, and Y is for the yearly. So not all of these steps are marked X under M. So what does this mean? Each of these mark is carried out under M. So every month the technician only do this service for TSW10, for an equipment with TSW10, following only these steps that has an X in it, right? So the macro will only copy the one that has an X mark in here if the service frequency is monthly. Okay, I'll show you that later on this video. Okay, so let's move on to the other books. And right, this template. Okay, so this is the template that we need to use. So we have here the service maintenance report header, yeah, and we have here this data that we need to extract, and we have here the equipment table. So by default there's only one row, and we have here the TSW table. There's only one row by default, and we have here the new equipment to be added table, the comments table, the technician details table, and the customer details table. And then we have the macro. So this workbook holds the codes of the macro. Okay, so this is a drop-down menu, is a data validation drop-down. So we choose the month in here. So the month we should choose in here should be matching this month in here. If it happens that it doesn't match, the macro will let you know that you are generating a report for not matching months, and that could be an error. So you need to go back and check your maintenance report, or check whether you have chosen the right month in here. And this is a button. Click this one to choose the master asset. Okay. Okay, so you click on this drop down and you'll see that the master asset list workbook is listed in here, and also it's a sheet in here. So we use this one sheet. Okay, so if we go to the master asset and we choose this one, because we are going to use this one sheet. And the maintenance sheet, we are going to choose the October sheet, okay? Because we are going to use this October. And TSW Workbook, we should choose the name of the TSW Workbook. We are generating reports for Brisbane, so this workbook must be Brisbane. So if we click in here, see that it's only Brisbane. And the docket, the service docket template, this is the template, right? If we clear the sheets, we want to clear these cells in here. You'll use this button here to clear the sheets. So this start row means that what row of the maintenance sheet we should start generation, report generation. So if that is 3, the report generation will start at row 3 up to the last row. If that is 9, it will only generate a report for this row. This is the contract package number. For Brisbane, it is 3071. So this must be 3071 if you're generating a report for Brisbane. So the contract number should match this one. If the macro finds out that it doesn't match, it will show you a pop-up message that, yeah, it's an error message that says the best contract number are not matching, and you need to fix these errors so that you will be generating an error-free report. Alright, so if we click on this generate reports button, the output would look something like this. Okay, so this output is the output of the first row in here. This one is the output, that first report. So if you notice on the template, these are almost blank. Yeah, most data in the template are blank, and the macro did populate these cells automatically. So we have here service report -October. On the template, we don't have that month in there. It is only -1, and also we don't have the correct work order number, contract number, job number, and all of these are empty, and these tables are empty. Okay, so but in this output, it's already filled up. So this October came from, it was extracted from here. Okay, and this contract number, job number, work order number were the data from this first row. We have here the work order number, the job number, and the contract number. Okay, so the macro will then get this. Sorry. So the macro will get this system number in here. Yeah, it will get the system number in here, and it will find it at the master asset list. If it finds a number that is matching, it will see if it's a system number. If it's a system number, then it is the correct number that is searching. If it's a plant number, it will send a message that this is not a system, it's a plant number. Okay, so it will get the system number. If it does match, it will get the address, the system type, and it will also take note of that specification number or the TSW number. Okay, So we have here the system type, site name, the address, and the system number. Site name is the street address of that site, and the address is the street address plus the suburb. Okay, so it take note also the TSW number, which is this one, TSW10. If you go to the template, system number is blank. There it is. It is blank, and the macro inserted the TSW number. So it is TSW10, right? So for each plant under that system, it will capture this data that is needed in here. If there are five equipments under the system, it will insert 5 rows in this table, and this is the default row is 1, and it is left blank, right? So that the technician knows that this is the end. If the end row is blank, he knows that yeah, this is the end row of that equipment numbers. But if there are 100 equipments under a system, there will be 100 rows inserted after this row. Okay, so this is the service frequency, which is from here. Service frequency is monthly. That is why everything under the type is M. Okay, so it takes note of the TSW. It takes note of the TSW number and also service frequency from this. Okay, the macro takes note of that because it needs to have those data. And also the TSW number of the plants must be equal to the system row, as well as the system type must be equal to the system, right? So the TSW is 10 and the service frequency is monthly. And then it will go to the TSW workbook. It will search these sheets to find where is TSW10, and this is it. And then it will search where is the monthly service frequency. So the monthly is in here. So what it does is that it copies everything under this M that has an X mark in it. So the first row that it would copy is this one, 5.0, from this column up to, yeah, these 2 columns. It will copy these 2 columns and paste it in here. Okay, and it will check what is the format. If there is a heading, if this row is heading under this column, it will format as a heading. If it's not, it will format as not a heading. And then it skips everything that doesn't has an X mark, and it proceeds to copy this 5.3. What we see in here, the next row is 5.3, and we have 1, 2 up to 3. If we go to the TSW number, copies this row. That's it. That's 1, 2, 3. So these rows are under number 2, and these rows are under number 3. Only copies those ones that it has an X, and it skips this one and proceeds to copy this one until the last row of this TSW10. Okay, so this is the monthly service frequency, right? Then after it copies that, it will save this report and proceeds to the next report. It will save that and proceed to the next row. So this is the sample output that the macro does. So another feature of this template is that, of this report, is that we have here the status column. Yeah, so the technicians that are using this report have their own tablet with them. So if they go to the site, they bring their tablet, and if they were able to successfully do the maintenance of this first equipment, you would tap the cell, so I'll click it, and it would be a check mark. Check mark means that the service is completed. And the next tab is attention. The yellow triangle is not applicable, the X is could not service, and the flag is not required. So if the service of if TSW10 is not required on this equipment, the status should be flag. Okay, they were able to complete the service for this next equipment. Check mark, and if there is a problem on this equipment, could put attention required, so that they will notify the person in their main office. And so we have also a status column on this TSW table. So if they were able to service this first step in here, we click the check mark. So if everything is okay, we just tap these rows as check marks. Okay, so let's go to this new equipment to be added. Okay, so if they added new equipment to that site, they need to fill up this information in here. So if they put the equipment location, component location, so if I put just A, C, okay, so there must be a blank row of this table, so that if there will be a new input, they will just input data in that blank row. So once we type data on this last row, this equipment table, the macro will see if the last row is filled up, and it will insert a new row below it. So let's see how that works. Let's type. That's it. It inserts a new row. Okay. So if we type here again, there will be a new row being inserted. That's it. Also, just like in this computer, yeah, I'm using a desktop, so my username is user. Okay. The technicians have their name recorded on their tablet. They have their username as their name. So if they tap on this cell, the username will be recorded in here. But for me, it is user. So if you tap in here, their name will be put in here, and we have formulas under these cells. We have index match formulas that will look up their Arctic and electrical license from this sheet. So we have the Arctic and electrical license. Okay, sorry. And they need to manually input the name of the customer, contact number, the email, and the date. And they need to get the customer signature. So they'll tap on this, click here, and the form appears. So the customer needs to sign on this one. Right? The customer doesn't want signature, delete it, click again. If it's not, doesn't look good, reset. Okay, if this is the one that looks good for the customer, then just click sign document. That's it. Another thing is this comment section. So this comments is not an Excel table, it's just a bordered cells. It is a merge cell. Normally in Excel, if it is a merge cell, even if it is a wrap text, if you type long sentence in there, it does not expand the row. So there will be text still hidden. So there is a VBA script behind this template that it will automatically expand this row so that nothing will be hidden. So if we type a very long comment, right? There is a very long comment. So once I press enter, that's it. The row automatically expands so that no row is hidden. Yeah, I'm sorry. This row automatically expands so that no text is hidden. All right. So that is how the sample output looks like, and that is how it works. So this sample output, yeah. So this output, a single output takes an hour to do it manually because you need to go and manually search these spreadsheets, go to copy this information here, and it's also prone to errors. That is why a macro or a VBA script or an automated tool is a need to do this task. So if there are 200 rows of these reports, that means there are 200 reports to be created. It takes about 4 hours to create those reports by the macro. Okay, so the macro alone takes time to generate 100 of reports. Okay, so that is how this tool works. If you have new project just like this, just let me know and we can discuss about the project. I can tell you if I can do it. I can tell you how I could do it, and we can discuss about the price. Thank you for watching my video.